Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, coming to you from the Grand Hotel, and we're up here for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference, and we have right now the CEO of Renaissance Venture Capital, right? Chris Rizik. Chris, it's always good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's always great to be with you, Chris, here on the island.
You know, when they quote the Jerry Maguire line, "Show me the money," right here. It's right here. Explain to everybody about Renaissance.
Sure. So Renaissance is a fund of funds. So we invest in venture capital funds around the country under the condition that they come to Michigan and look to invest in Michigan startups. And we serve this unique role of not only investing in them, but helping them to find startups in Michigan with the whole goal of attracting capital to the state. And we've had a good run. We've helped attract about $3.5 billion into Michigan startups, largely through our signature event in the fall. It's called UnDemo Day. We're in Detroit, and we get 200, 300 Michigan startups that apply to participate. And what we're doing is essentially creating a fantasy draft where we connect them with venture capitalists from around the country. It's free to everybody, but it's by invitation. And so last year we had over 200 VCs from around the country who came to meet with Michigan startups. These are meetings that just wouldn't have happened without UnDemo Day. And so October 1st this year, we'll have our next UnDemo Day. We're moving it to the department, the Hudson's building.
Oh,
And it's going to be fantastic. And you're the first to know. In addition to UnDemo Day, we went to the National Venture Capital Association, which is the largest association of VCs in the country. They do a fall event in San Francisco each year, a big event, sort of a matching event. And we said to them, why don't you bring it to Detroit instead? And so they are bringing it to Detroit. It's going to be part of our event. Our UnDemo Day will be in the afternoon, and what they call their emerging manager office hours, it's going to be in the morning at the department in Detroit.
oh my God, that is awesome.
It's great news for
That's
Detroit.
and that much money in the city, or at least
Right,
represented. You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
That is so cool. Congratulations
Thank you.
on that. No kidding. Hey, you were also up here on a panel.
Mhm.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so there is a group of really every kind of stakeholder in Michigan it's concerned about what's happening with our innovation economy. It's not growing as fast, and certainly it doesn't seem to be as supported by the state as it should. And there's some risk of us losing out some really interesting things to some other states, particularly a problem because we are the best research university state
Yeah.
in the region, right? And yet we're not creating startups in the way we should that are staying in Michigan. So this group called the Michigan Innovation Alliance, and it is universities, government, large companies through Business Leaders for Michigan, members of the capital community, founders, all getting together to say, can we create an organization that has all these types of stakeholders around the state that come together to create a single policy that we can share with the state, that can be adopted by the state, but which is outside of state government. And with the idea that we have this power if we work together, we don't have this power if we're working in silos.
No, you're absolutely right. But if you go, that's a big voice.
Mhm.
Somebody's going to pay attention. no matter who's in
Yes,
charge.
yes. And I think no matter what happens in November, whoever the winner of the next gubernatorial election should care about this and should really want to adopt what's going to come out of this group, which again is all the people who work in it day to day
Sure.
are going to be saying, "Well, here's what we really need."
So we go back a ways.
Mhm.
I can remember being in Ann Arbor at an event of yours, and it was in the early days. So you've gone through this transition, and part of it was the startup, raising all the money. And then second is now self-sustaining because of the home runs you had.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we're on our fifth fund, which is, in the venture world, that's a really good thing to accomplish. It's a shorter term sort of career often for people. And the amount of impact we're having on Michigan is not just going up, it's almost going up geometrically.
Yeah.
And what we created here now, we're contacted by every state in the union wanting to replicate it. And we've opened it up. We've been happy to help other states, particularly in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
So Michigan now has something special going on. I will brag on my team a little bit. Last year, we received the top venture capital award in the nation.
Oh.
Our whole team went out to Palo Alto to receive the award, and called the Venture Vanguard Award. And so what we've started to create here is really not only having impact here, but around the country is helping, particularly in areas that aren't California and aren't New York.
Unbelievable. The amount of venture capital in the state then, when it wasn't 10 years ago, we were a desert. I mean,
Yeah.
and is it better? We talked with our Toposi.
When we started Renaissance 17 years ago, Michigan did about 150 to 200 million a year. I expect this year we will top 2 billion.
Oh, no.
So it's really gone up an order of magnitude in the time we've been around, and most of that really in the last 10 years.
Unbelievable. We got about 30 seconds left. How do you find people? I mean, how do you find these companies? Do they come to you?
The venture funds definitely come to us, although we have large networks, but we work with, for the startups, particularly for UnDemo Day, we work with every source of startups. It really is a collaboration with the universities, with the angel funds, with the accelerators. I think we have about 50 partners around the state, and they're the ones recommending companies to get involved in our programs. And again, it's purely additive. We don't charge anybody for anything. The goal is simply to drive investment to Michigan.
Chris Rizik, thanks for spending time here, and thanks for what you've done for the state.
So thank you, Chris, and thanks for this. Every year, this is a highlight, I think, for people to come and be able to talk to you about what they're doing.
Well, it's a melting pot, that's certainly for sure. Okay, Chris Rizik, CEO of Renaissance Venture Capital. You're watching us at the Policy Conference for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce, and we're coming to you from the Grand Hotel. We'll be back with more. I'm Chris Holman, and you're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network.